Hey y'all, it's just Rhonda. If it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. We're gonna get into Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. It's season 2 and episode 8. Like the video, subscribe to my channel. That's very important. And let's get into Summer House. So the party's still up. We still dancing up in this piece. It was a good time. Had by all. It was luxe, except for the pizza boxes. This is the thing. I feel like, the little parties around the house um that y'all have with you just each other, it's fine to have pizza boxes and things laying around. On the nights where y'all have like actual parties, like events, like Preston took his party down to the View downtown, wherever we were when we went to his little cocktail party. And Preston wasn't required to clean up any of that stuff. Y'all need to figure out a way to have caterers and things for your bigger parties. You know what I mean? The ones that actually have people. Lux on the Bluff sounds like caterers should be there. And the after party is when you pull the pizza boxes out. I'm just saying, y'all don't know how much y'all's kitchen really gets up under my skin. It does. But anyway, nobody cares. They're having a good time except for Bria. Bria is upstairs still. She's still arguing with Simon. She's kicking him out. He got to go. He came down to this party embarrassing her in front of these people. Black excellence. Y'all weren't acting very black excellent over here this week. It's disappointing, ladies. But we'll get to that. She made a Simon because Simon went downstairs in a flamingo suit. And girl, she said he was embarrassing her. And if you're going to kick him out, Bria, that must be why you wore those shoes, because it looked like you came to kick something. Ugly ass shoes. Girl, she's so confusing. I promise you she is. I think Simon was trying to make a moment. He's over here on Bravo. She said he's pissed off because he's only going to get to be here for 3 days this time. And, so that was his big moment. And I would say maybe he doesn't have a whole lot of respect for the community, but maybe it's not something that he's used to. I'm going to say this. I have melanated friends and I have non-melanated friends. And either one of those parties that I go to, I haven't seen any of my white friends have nobody come downstairs in a flamingo. That's just not how they roll. That's probably why we're friends. I don't know what Simon be over here doing, but Bria, that's your man. And to be honest, you're not much different. Like the temper tantrums and things like, what is the household? Poor Milo. Somebody go get Milo. I don't think that girl can handle it. Somebody come check on Milo. I wish he had. Next season, Milo needs like a little thought bubble because I think he be thinking a lot of things. I think y'all locked him up in that room so much that it appears as though he thought he would go take off and run. And did y'all walk Milo around the property, Bria? I'm off track again. Anyway, she mad about the flamingo suit. Nobody even cared, honestly, Bria. For as mad as she was, you know what I'm saying? Other things were going on at the party that had the folks distracted. When they seen Simon standing up there in the flamingo suit, they just chalked it up to white people shit. They was like, I can't put it any more bluntly. That's what they said it was. They was like, what is this man doing? Looking a fool over here. Bria, come get your man. Now you took it to a whole nother level. You want to kick the man out and send him on to a hotel with his own credit card. Both of y'all need to take a nap. Her mama said, don't kick him out, girl. He came all the way from Germany. Relax yourself. And I think we need to have a conversation with Bria's mom. Bria's mom, what's going on with your girl? The way she like runs around with her grown ass acting like a toddler. Just curious. Jasmine went to go check on Summer. Summer's in the room, being sober and organizing. And I feel like that's probably what you need to do. Because first things first, like just pick that shit up. You'll feel better already after you get all that clutter out of the way. Drunk Amir is trying to have a little, I don't know, heart to heart with Bria, drunk Bria. So they both drunk together down in some little room in that house. Is that sofa they were sitting on, is it supposed to have pillows, or did they put the pillow somewhere and then they was just sitting on the furniture with no pillows on it? I was confused by that. It don't matter. They drunk. They don't know where they sitting. And, Amir's a mess. Bria's a mess. Simon comes in. He's a mess too. Amir leaves, and then Bria and Simon get in another fight. I can't remember what it was this time. Disrespect. It seems like Bria is always running out of somebody's room screaming disrespect. We're not going to blame that on Simon because she been stomping her feet talking about somebody disrespected her ever since season. Ever since season one. When we met Bria, she was stomping her feet talking about disrespect. Well, as per usual, the party's finally dwindling down. Everybody's turning, in for the nights. Y'all gonna leave the kitchen nasty, so I don't even, ain't no point in me saying nothing about that. Too late. Now, because the couples are here, we had to make a few little different arrangements. So, what's this girl? Shanice is downstairs in Alex's bed in the room in Nick's bed. So Shanice is downstairs in the room with Alex sleeping in Nick's bed. Amir's not there because Amir has somebody's room. He's sleeping with Natalie. They had to switch some things around because y'all decided to put all the boys in one room instead of if the couples had a room, because y'all sleeping in the same room together anyway, it doesn't make sense. If the people who were going to have couples like Preston and Amir and Nick should have just had a room. Y'all just make things so complicated. Now we got to switch beds and stuff. I guess. Anyway, Shanice is, down there with Alex, but she's drunk and Nick is concerned. Now, I peep how they try to do this. So Shanice is in Nick's bed and he's like, "Are you good?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm good." He's like, "If you need anything, just, text me." And I feel like they were trying to make it weird based on the way they, handled this particular episode that has me in my feelings a little bit. So we have him asking her, like, "Are you good?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Text me if you need anything." It seemed like a bit much at the time, especially since his girlfriend is sleeping upstairs. But this is the narrative we're going to run with. Now, the next morning, he gets up and he tells his girl, "I'm going to go make sure that Shanice did not puke in my bed." Anyway, Nick was concerned that this girl was going to throw up in his bed because apparently that's what she does. She throws up and she parties some more. That's sexy as hell. I feel like Tasia don't really run with y'all like that. That's what it's giving. She said she threw up. She said she threw up. She just threw up in the trash can and not in his bed. But I mean, so you threw up in the trash can, you still got my bed, girl. I feel you. I feel you. I see what you was going over there trying to make sure that the girl has some ginger ale stuff. Alex didn't give a shit. It's not his bed. He don't even drink. So he's not the one that's actually been out here drinking. He's the one that was not drinking. He like, she drunk again, not my bed, not my problem. And I, can't be mad at that either. Because this is how y'all want to act out here. Bria Noel and Shanice decide, and Natalie too. They go outside. It's morning. Everybody's still in their pajamas. They go sit, go outside, get on the hammock, chill, swing back and forth, talk about the party. I'm with you at first. They was asking Bria about did her and Simon get it together, and she said, Simon don't be acting like this at his events. Well, I mean, his events is not on Bravo, so that's probably why he's over here, doing whatever it is he does. She's like, "I'm trying to avoid problems with my friends and issues, and he's coming over here making trouble. I just want him to grow up. And I was like, he's not been there this whole time. You had issues and problems with your friends pretty much since day one. But I mean, they're your friends. They still have you around. I wouldn't be bothered with your ass, but I feel like I've said that repeatedly. She over here talking about Simon need to grow up. I mean, yeah, he is in a flamingo suit. You found him, girl. Congratulations. You better keep him because he could put up with that. Because at the end of the day, everybody's like, Simon, it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not that serious. Don't worry about the flamingo suit. That's what's going to make you feel better. Then, that's fine. Nobody cared. Just you. But you brought him, the girl, that's your man. What is you, my man? Ain't that what, the girls out here saying? Anyway, side note, Summer and Jasmine have a little conversation, little, hey girl, what you doing today? Conversation from over the balcony. Did she clean anything in that room? It was just still stuff everywhere. And I was like, maybe she got to what she could get to. It shouldn't be that bad. You're only gonna be there for 2 weeks. My goodness. I hope y'all all have housekeepers at home. So Natalie brings up how Nick was just down there still partying while Tasia was already in bed waiting for him. And I'm like, was she waiting for him or did she say, I'm tired, I'm about to go ahead and lay down? I'm over this party. But he's actually the host of the party. Do you host a party and then go to bed before the guests leave? Or they can be like, well, let me tell Nick bye. Oh, he went to bed. That's rude, Natalie. Trying to just figure out what your parties is like. Do you just go to bed in the middle of your party? Probably not. But she's the one that started this whole thing. Then when she said that, she said he was down there still. What she say he was doing? Trying to get into something. So just to be clear, we were talking about Bria and Simon. Natalie is the one that brought up Nick. And then the girls just ran with it, what they called girl talk. I mean, I'm not even gonna hold you. I feel like girl talk does go like that sometimes, where you just kind of like have guy friends that you're not in a relationship with, so you be looking at them like, I mean, that's his girlfriend. Like, it's hard to come into a situation where you're the outsider and everybody else is already clicked up, especially if they go and be bringing you over here where the people with throwing tantrums and wearing flamingo suits. Like, I don't even know how I would try to fit myself in over there. That's why when the people left, she went to bed. But we're gonna make Nick look like a bad guy because he stayed up at his party. Seriously. And went to check on drunk Sharice before he went. Girl, you got ginger ale or whatever you need? Here's the trash can. Please don't puke on my bed. That's what he was doing over there. And I'm not even trying to believe it was anything different. Then Bria chimes in. Well, I don't really get in people's business, but when Nick, has his little switch up, he is a little different when his girlfriend's not there. I'm like, Ray, you was over here asking this man to sleep not with you, support sleep with you. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a setup, just like I said. And pretty much what he said, what he told you was, can't be anybody's sleep support because I have a girlfriend and you have a man. And so what looks like to Simon when he walk up in here talking about I'm your sleep support? Like, you sound crazy. It sounds like you're trying to set me up. Then she brings up the whole touchy-feely. He's been out here being all touchy-feely with Summer and Jordan, who are not here in this conversation with y'all and have already had that conversation with Nick. And in that conversation, they said, you not like on some creepy shit, you just be too touchy. And some people do get friendly when they get drunk. So, Nick, you need to learn your boundaries or your limits. So then now Noelle brings up like how like when they took this picture, they show a picture of them from the Freaknik night. So Nick is like all in this character because he's tattooed up and he's holding a bottle of hypnotic, and she got Alizé or whatever she's holding. And everybody seemed like they were in character. Alex was in the picture, kind of doing his b-boy. You know what I'm saying? It was the whole thing. But now all of a sudden you talking about my man can't be having his arms around no girls and around the waist and everything. So you were fine with it in the moment, but now all of a sudden it's an issue because why? Because you could have just been like, oh, okay, homeboy, scoot your hand over now, doing too much. See, that should have happened when you were taking the picture, not over here in front of Natalie, the house wrecker. Good job, Amir. You know how to pick them. Natalie's like, oh, she immediately volunteers. Well, if you want me to, because Tasia's my friend, and if you would like for me to go tell her, like, listen, the girls are feeling like Nick's a little touchy, and you know what? If somebody said that to you, what exactly are you supposed to do about it? If you tell him and the behavior doesn't change, I'm supposed to be able to change it only in front of me. Seems like I've already changed it when I'm around. Like, I don't understand what telling her is supposed to do besides cause problems in their relationship. Natalie, you're supposed to be over here happily ever after with Amir. So why is you even worried about what's going on in somebody else's relationship? Bria's like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to like be having no conversation with him about it. You did that already. You're not about to do that again because it was inappropriate the first time you did it. And I mean, he was damn sure wrong the first time, but this time I don't see it. I see, and it's different. It's different. The picture that they're painting of him being so inappropriate is not the same thing as him um being a sneaky little, he didn't do nothing, but he was being real like, what was you doing over there flirting? Flirting with the girls on the TV show. Like he got caught up. But I mean, for me, it's different. What this picture over here, I don't like it. And I'm gonna need them to fix it. Noel's like, no, I'm good. We don't have to, like, I ain't trying to do all that. We just over here chit-chatting, talk shit. Bria gonna, double down on the shit, be like, I feel like the way he be switching up though, like in that space, he would be down to smash if somebody would be down to smash with him. First of all, that could be said about any of them, to be honest. Y'all over here wilding like it's the Wonder Years. Y'all better tighten up. We haven't heard of him smashing nobody. We haven't heard of him trying to smash somebody. We heard that he had a girlfriend 2 weeks after he got there because he was over there in these girls' DMs talking about, hey, and we don't know the status of their relationship then when he got there. Whatever transpired between then and now they're still together. So, they got past it. Maybe you should. I don't know. What let me keep going. Sally went upstairs and tells Amir, so the girls think that Tasia needs to know about Nick's behavior over here, how he be acting when she's not here. And I was like, that's not what they said. They sat up there, all of them, and said, nah, we good. We don't want to have no, conversation with Tasia about that. We just saying like he's a different guy when he's, when she's not here. He gets a little looser. And I would say that's probably true. All Amir had to do was say, these are my friends. And I don't want to have any issues with them. I just would prefer if you just didn't get into it. Just don't get in the middle of it. He didn't say that. Long as they know, don't blindside her with it, but just make sure they know you're coming from a good place. This isn't about anything, vindictive or messy. You just want to make sure everything's out there from your heart. Why is Alex always in somebody's bathroom? That's the second time they were filming it. Alex keep trying to sneak away to go poop, and they keep following him to the room. Then he's got to come out there like, whoo. Hey, y'all. Why is he pooping in? Well, I mean, they got the rooms all switched up. Like all the shower switching and bathroom things. Y'all, it seems like you're overcapacitated. That's what it seems like. I'm just saying. Boy, the bathroom situation ain't matching up. This might have been one of those houses that they were supposed to bring kids to. That's why they're bunk beds and trampolines. I'm not mad at the trampoline. I'm just saying, like, this is why maybe the bathroom accommodations aren't, up to par necessarily. I feel like Amir is about to let Natalie ruin his relationship with Nick. And that's unfortunate because I think, hopefully not, but it seems like Jasmine has a conversation with Silas, and I have decided that I went back and watched season 1 so I can like see what really had happened with the whole push thing. And it really irritated me so bad because there was no push from Mariah. There was a push from Jordan to Jasmine, pretty aggressive push. She was supposed to be demonstrating how Mariah pushed Bria, which was definitely an outrageous over exaggeration. And then there was when Summer pushed Bria, like an actual push where she almost fell off her ass. And what Mariah did was push some clothes into her and they pushed it back. It was anyway, Silas, that's what I was talking about. I think I enjoy Jasmine better without Silas. I think he should be like, if we have to deal with Silas, this should always be on the phone or for the couples weekend. This should just be her time to get away. And he, because ain't nobody trying to see him like try to be mad because his toast ain't toasty enough and his pants ain't iron crispy enough. No, we don't want that. And your friends running around with their titties out. So he just figured, birds will fly with feather. Everybody is going on a bike ride today, except for Nick and Tasia. Tasia's probably like, gotta fly back. You be in a different mode when you have to get on a airplane, and most you want to do is like have a little something to eat and get ready to do the damn thing. Bria and Simon are arguing, so they ain't going. And, they arguing about a flamingo suit still. And then he said, at one of his events, she had bad behavior. And that's not hard to believe because she generally does have bad behavior. And she accused him of putting her in dangerous situations and racist situations. And I'm like, what? We never heard this before. And she said he's blind to it because he's white. And I'm like, well, when did this become an issue, Bria? Because honestly, you said the same thing about Silas when he didn't want Simon to come for the whole week. You accused him of being racist. Now you're accusing Simon of being racist. And these subjects, much like the one that, y'all keep trying to pin on Alex, those are not things that you be playing around with. And I feel like you did that, in your real life. I feel like that first season you was on an airplane talking about you got profiled, and you seem like y'all are a bunch of Karens. I promise you. You seem like you pull things out real conveniently. And I'm not saying that you didn't experience some of these things, because I feel like anytime you enter into a relationship with a person of a different race and a different culture, you're going to have to expect and be prepared for friends, family, and outsiders to be inappropriate. I don't say that it didn't happen, but I'm like, this is conveniently coming out. Like, was it because of that or because of you be over here acting a fool with your bad behavior? So I can't, call it, because maybe you were just acting out while being Black. And that's where all of that came from. You can't be over here having a conversation about racism and a man in a flamingo suit all in the same breath. Girl. Now, biking down at the Martha's Vineyard, honestly, I feel like I could get into that. I feel like Martha's Vineyard is starting to become the place that I did not know I wanted to go. That would be a dope family vacation, for real, for real. Bucket list. Yeah. Jasmine and Jordan have a little quality time together. This whole time we know that Jordan's in her jealousy bag because Jasmine has a life with a husband and a child now. And Jordan is doing whatever Jordan does. When you are a worldly girl out here, Jordan, it's hard to settle down and figure out what your life's going to be like. And it definitely doesn't have to be one where, you have a husband that is looking for somebody to make sure his laundry is done. Takes time out here in these streets of love. Um, I would also say anybody that's in a friendship with Jordan, proceed with caution, Jasmine. She was just not speaking to you, a minute ago because she don't trust you. So enjoy the little bike ride in the vineyard and go slow with that one. Everybody catches up for lunch. Yeah. It's always so beautiful. Like they're sitting outside and, over by the water. And I don't know what the food is like over there, but is it a seafood situation? I need to do my research about Martha's Vineyard for real, so I can know like what's going on over there. Anyway, they catch up for lunch. Amir is severely hungover, and I don't know why he thought a bike ride would be good for him, but it was not. He's a trooper. He's probably getting what he deserves. That's what you get. Shots. You should know your limit. I saw him taking shots all over the place. Natalie's sitting down at the end of the table looking at Tasia. Tasia's like, okay. So she gets up and she goes down to the end of the table and she's like, hey girl, how you doing? And Tasia's like, I'm good. Yeah, can I talk to you for a minute? And she's like, depends about what? Well, there's some things that have been floating around and getting, out here in these streets. And I just wanted to talk to you before you hear it from somebody else. And I'm like, who was she hearing from? Because the people that were saying it said that they did not want to talk about it with her. They actually didn't volunteer you to say anything. And yeah, Tasia's like, look, I'm about to leave. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. I'm so glad she didn't give her that moment. What you're not gonna do is get under my skin before I have to like go and travel on this airplane to wherever the hell it is they live. She tried it. She got denied. Denied. She said, thanks, though. We got to wrap everything up. Tasia and Donald have to go back to the airport. These people been riding all over, they want to go back to the crib, get by the pool, enjoy a little this weather before it gets chilly. And yeah, I don't know what Amir needs, but right now he's laying on a bottle of ketchup. So yeah, he probably needs a nap and some water. Nick and Natalie are texting back and forth. Nick let her know, like, whatever you was doing, that pissed Tasia off. She did not like it. And he was like, so what was the big deal? She texted him that Bria, Noelle, and Shanice were over there saying he was handsy. Okay. Why though? Handsy with who? Now he's confused and irritated. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? And they was going to bring that to my girlfriend for what? To start some trouble, Natalie. Amir is driving and defending her like, oh no, is he mad? Yeah, he's mad. And he's mad. Everybody gets back to the house and Nick confronts them. Like, first of all, Noelle, what are you over here saying I was handsy with you for? I've not been handsy with you. She said, well, I never said you made me feel uncomfortable. If I did, I would have, said something about it. For me, it was not a thing. So I didn't feel like it was anything I should bring up. But you did mention, in that picture, where he was like handsy, and if he was your man, you implied, Noel, not to his face, but it seems like you real backing up real fast now that he's confronting you about it. Then she walks away and was like, Nick, if you're not guilty, then why are you mad then? Because this is damaging to his reputation. I'm so confused, Noel. Why are you mad if you wasn't guilty? If you wasn't guilty, you wouldn't have backtracked out of that room so fast. Because y'all got busted talking smack. He confronted Shanice, and Shanice is like, well, I didn't say you were handsy with me, but your eyes be wandering. And I was like, his eyes be wandering. You were on the couch, literally titty bobbling next to this man's forehead. And Noelle was on the other side, letting her coochie breathe. So what was his eye supposed to be doing? Staring at the floor? I mean, Amir got up and ran out of the room, but ain't nobody doing all that. And I don't think why is it that he was being respectful to Tasia? Don't you feel like y'all were being disrespectful to Tasia? Because that's what it seems like to me. If you're so worried about Tasia and her feelings, then keep your top on when you're standing up next to her boyfriend. And stand up. We can stop twerking in his face since you have so much respect for Tasia. Shanisha titties is always out, and your coochie too. You know, slipped and slided up and down the slip and slide down to the hot tub. Girl, miss me. His eyes was wandering. Now Shanice and Noelle over in these confessionals being real snappy, talking about he just mad because he got caught. He just embarrassed because he got caught. And he just needs to be single. And I was like, what did he get caught doing? He didn't get caught doing anything. He didn't feel embarrassed. He felt angry. That's how it felt to me, because he thought y'all are playing in his face. That's why he needs to be single. You sound like a hater. Amir, like, when I first got here, I told these guys, you shut up. Go say sorry to Amanda, whatever her name. Go say sorry to Mariah, dumbass. Mr. Accountable. Well, you don't get to say accountable. Hold Natalie accountable. How about that? She started this shit. Your girlfriend. If she would have just kept her ass sitting down there at the end of that table, this conversation wouldn't even be being had right now. He tried to confront Bria, but Bria came in being Bria. And as far as I'm concerned, rather than talk to Bria, you can save that breath for your deathbed because you wasted it on her anyway. It was really irritating just watching everybody sit there looking dumbfounded. Jordan did say, I say something in a moment, and they do show her like, back up. And even then, it wasn't necessarily him doing anything except for being in her bubble. And for me, that's a lot. Like, you know how drunk people sometimes want to be in your bubble and being too close. And you're like, okay, but stay up from over there. That's the vibe it was giving. If he can't keep his hands to himself, then stop taking pictures with him. Because y'all show be posed up. And how many times have you taken pictures with somebody's arm around you? Like, if it's an issue, then don't do that anymore. I'm like, what happened to the Black excellence? Because y'all aren't being very excellent right now. Y'all are being a bunch of Karens. By Karens, I mean Bria, Shanice, Noelle, and Amir. Anyway, you will stop. They done made me mad. Shoot. Next week, Summer is crying and she think it's time for her to go home. It is, because it is. The time you start, raging out every other night, you can't hold your liquor, it's time for you to go home. Because everything that you got going on in your life, it has you overwhelmed. And I can't say what overwhelms one person to the next. So girl, go home. Plus you got to keep looking at Alex. And I feel like that's why you're really mad. But yeah. Milo is missing. Imagine that. He been in that room so long, he done found a way to escape. And that's like, go Milo, go. Get it, Milo. Have you a funky good time. Till they, he'll be back. He know where he at. Maybe he doesn't. Bria, have you been walking Milo? Does he know how to find his way back? This girl. Is he drunk? Milo that got drunk and escaped the building. Bria and Amir is arguing. Don't care, because Bria has argued it with everyone at this point, y'all. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye.